Welcome race fans to shootout number 3 for the Giggity Racing League. Minus the fan vote, this is the last and final opportunity for these drivers to be able to make the All-Star race tomorrow night. Here in the booth I have myself, K-Taddy, joined by RKM Racing, another admin here.
How are you?
Yeah, there we go. What are you looking forward to seeing tonight, RKM?
I think it's going to be a lot of really good racing. It's going to be crazy. These guys have been going crazy all week trying to get into the show. And I don't expect anything less tonight.
Yeah, we have a lot of guys that have tried all week trying to get in, and then we also have a few drivers that have. This is going to be their first night trying to get in. Boy, are they in for a surprise with this kind of caliber racing. As I'm sitting in the lobby right now, we're getting ready to go green in 4 minutes. We have 24 drivers sitting in the lobby right now.
I'm looking at the daily leaderboards, and Checkmate Taylor's sitting 5th right now. And then we have Elvin Priest, but I don't think he's racing tonight, and Eddo's in 10th. So he might have something tonight.
Elvin was signed up for the list. I don't see him in this lobby, but yeah, he was signed up to run tonight. We have, starting on the front row tonight, we're going to have D. Smith, followed by Woodruff Sport. Both those guys have tried the last couple nights trying to run. We have Brian SP, Guitar Magadon in the 11. He's been a front runner the last few nights, as well as Jackson Strong in the 17. Checkmate Taylor, Monster Racing, Wicked Gatekeeper has been very fast the last 2 nights. Unfortunate events as to how he has not won. We got Old Guy, T. Clay, OG Info, Ed Though, Bad For You, Mountain Dew, MP Rooper's first attempt tonight, Fat Patch, Matt BW83. Not only is this his first attempt to this make the All-Star race, this is his first race with Giggity Racing League. Spank Racer, Card Fan, Exotic Apex, Money Mike, Elvin Priest is in the lobby. We have a newcomer in Sharpie. We have the Heat rounding out the 24 cars right now.
Good deal. Should be some really good racing.
Give me just a moment. If there's anybody watching that would like to join the booth, we usually have a third person. Tonight was supposed to be Jake Giroux. The Canadian decided not to join us, so I'm stuck with just the one Canadian of RKM.
Tuzai.
Sorry guys, a little quiet here on setup as I got a few of the drivers asking me some questions and stuff.
Okay, should be really tight. D. Smith up front, I think he might step out a little bit at the beginning, but I don't know, we'll see. I think they'll reel him back in unless it gets crazy.
Yeah, so here on the YouTube we have ZL1 Gaming. That would be the Guitar Magadon who is racing tonight. OG Info. He says that I'm saying his name wrong, which that's intentional.
Right.
If I can continue to do so, we will be scrapping after the race. You know, with what's left of your car info, there's not going to be a whole lot to be scrapped. Matt Wallstead, thanks for joining, and Blake E.T.
Blakey.
We have currently 1 minute before this timer in the lobby is going to be starting. Have you seen much of the race in the last couple nights there, Cam?
Have I seen your what? Sorry.
Have you seen much of the last 2 races? These last couple shootouts that we've had?
Some crazy stuff, and then I haven't had time to sit down and watch all of them all the way through though.
With that little bit of racing that you have seen, do you have any favorites going into tonight?
Well, honestly, I'm looking at Checkmate Taylor and thinking he might have something tonight. He seems to be wanting it pretty bad.
Yeah, real quick before I get this timer started, I also want to shout out, we have 9 viewers right now. I would imagine most of them are probably drivers to the race tonight. However, if you're just a fan of the league, or you know, somebody that's already in the All-Star race and you're just trying to check out your competition, we are doing an All-Star vote to figure out who will be the last and final person that makes the All-Star race. So if we could just get you to simply comment which driver you think on the track that you would like to see there tomorrow night in the big 50%, 200 lap Charlotte All-Star race. We have 35 drivers that have qualified for that.
Is Jackson Strong signed up?
Yes, he is. He's in the lobby. You're starting P5.
Right.
Robbie just told me that you have the music on the screen. That's not a big deal.
It's a game music.
We have just about 10 seconds before you'll be able to join the lobby, so it's not too big of a deal.
Yeah, it's just the game music.
The timer is at 4, 3, 2. I'm backing out. You should be able to join now, and please don't forget to send me that invite.
Will do. Go on blue screen. You get the invite?
I sure did. I'll be hopping now.
To the track.
Looks like 24 drivers, so is that what I said? Somebody back out? Not sure. Anywho, we're getting ready to see some great racing here.
We are. As soon as it loads in there, it'll stop.
Oh, absolutely. To any of our viewers also watching, if you guys have any questions, comments, just want your 2 seconds fame because you can't get it on the racetrack, go ahead and post something on YouTube and we'll try to get your name put out there.
And we are green.
B. Smith, he always picks those nice looking paint schemes.
Oh, yeah.
D. Smith doing an early lead. They're fanning out 3 and 4 abreast in the back of the pack.
Woodruff in the 71 making the high side work. Look at that. That's a power move.
Yeah, you know, I was practicing with a lot of these guys earlier, and that outside line actually, me and Robbie one time we started first and second. He was on the inside, I was on the outside.
Oh,
we were able to stay side by side for the first 3 laps, so that outside line does work well. And here comes Checkmate Taylor now into P4. Trying to figure out
on the infield.
That's Jackson there going into underneath Checkmate. Checkmate gets into the wall a little bit. You know, I'm interested to see the last few nights we've seen a lot of different strategies. Looks like there's a big wreck in the back. Oh, I just seen dirt flying in soon. Apologies. Anyways, there's been a lot of different strategies going on between pitting. Some people have gone no pit stops like we've seen last night with Dimebags. We've done Guitar Magadon the last couple nights. He's done just fuel only. We've seen some do 2 tires. What are you thinking might be the best option here tonight, Arcamp?
Well, I can't, I don't know, I have a hard time not taking tires here. Coming off before you get so loose if you don't take tires, but it's worked both ways so far. So I'm thinking you got to take at least take tires. I don't think it'll pay off to try and push it.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a fan of having 4 freshies, but I know that some of these guys, you get about a half track ahead. It's hard to reel down with just these 25 lap segments that we have.
And Jackson Strong to the lead. That's a good looking car there. That
17 Darrell Waltrip throwback. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a nice looking car.
Getting pretty fanned out quick.
Jackson Strong also, as of right now, real quick, everybody, he is the guy leading the fan vote. He went ahead and did exactly what we asked the drivers to do. We said ask your family, your friends, your pets, your ex's cousin's sister to go ahead and join our Facebook page at Giggity Racing League, and he did just that, and everybody seems to like him still, and they voted for him.
Yeah, he seems to be an overwhelming favorite on there. Two distinct
I'm watching.
packs.
I'll switch back over here to our YouTube shortly for a fan recognition, but right now I'm watching the Guitar Magadon on my phone to decide when he's bit and what he's doing. Yeah, you know, early takers, so you get 20 laps of fuel, but about the time you cross the line, it drops down to 19. These stages are only 24 and 25 laps long, so you don't have to be out there too long before you can start doing your strategy. So it's
That
going to
might
be
be a
interesting
good
to see.
strategy though too, because
Yeah,
that puts
the
you out there
early
by
pitting.
yourself and you're turning good clean laps, whereas everybody else is in packs.
Oh, absolutely. You know, that fresh air is so important, especially if you're doing like a fuel only, where you can get in there, get back out. You might have the old tires, but you're not put back into a pack and in any danger.
And OG's up to third. Jackson
OG
seems to have stepped out a little bit.
OG told me prior to the race that he is in serious mode tonight, trying to get this win. He's so serious he decided to broadcast himself. I
All
don't know
right.
if that's good or bad.
It's a good looking car. Some really
Checkmate
nice
goes
paint
through the
schemes.
grass. Old guy up here running in the top 10 as he is in 6th place in front of the 11 of Guitar Magadon.
Nice.
Good run for him. Oh, they make contact. Old guy into the wall. Here comes the 12, the 31, the 21, the 95. Everybody gets by old guy there.
Looks like
T-Clay's
Rupert entered pit road fast there. Looked like he got loose coming off a four and it shot him down the pits.
Well, keep in mind there's no cautions or black flags, so you can go in there as quick as you want.
Gotcha.
He may not have designed to go there right then, but it may work out for him.
Well, I didn't know that. I thought cautions were on.
No, we had the idea of 30 cars. I decided to go no cautions.
Gotcha.
As it looks like the 11, I'm seeing what he's doing on pit lane. I don't know if you would appreciate me shouting it out to the world to hear what he's doing, so we'll just keep that in there, but I will say that it was a very quick pit stop.
Gotcha. Well, this is going to make things real interesting. It'll get confusing quick now. Everybody's all over the place.
Yeah, that's why I've been watching Guitars Scream. Jackson is still the leader as of now, but he is yet to pit.
We've got looks like about a half-second lead over OG now. Battle for fourth, or third and fourth. Looks like the 42 is it that just got around him?
The 42, a wicked gatekeeper. I'm looking here on pit lane. It looks like the 14 of the Heat has already lagged out or backed out of the race.
Oh no.
In 24 volt got now entering pit lane. Jackson Strong still holding firm out here in first place.
Putting down some good laps.
Do you, as a driver, RKM, do you get nervous when you see, for Guitar, for example, right now, he pitted, he's already done his fuel strategy, he's sitting in P14, there's about, I think, 14, 15 laps remaining in the stage. Do you get concerned while you're riding back there, like, did my plan work out, or
Yes.
are you just hoping, you know? Like,
Especially if cautions are on.
Yeah, he's currently stuck a lap down, he's already pitted, you know, he's just hoping that his strategy works out, and he really has no idea until the last couple laps.
Right. That's it. But with cautions not being on, it's more likely to work, you know, unless you have a couple of bad laps, hit the wall or something. Oh, somebody spun around entering the pits. Looked like that was OG.
Ooh, well, if that's the case, he's going to be wishing he wasn't broadcasting it.
And that leaves Wicked in second. Looks to
So
be
I
about
have
2 seconds back.
10 laps remaining as Jackson crossed the line, but again, he is yet to pit, so some of these guys that are running a lap down will probably get back on the lead lap before the end. You know, I did see Dimebags, though, last night being able to go without pitting, and if that's even remotely possible, if I'm someone like Jackson, I might try to do that in the first stage and take some of these players right out of the game. If you can strap them all a lap down, it's almost impossible to make up with no cautions.
Yeah, I think he's running too hard, though, to be trying to save fuel.
I agree. I think his strategy is, and he did it last night, was with about 5 laps to go in each stage is when he pitted. Another car spun out, 2 more entering pit lane. I feel like if you could do that in stage one, you already limit the field in half.
Bad for You's coming down the pits on top of Wicked Gatekeeper's car. Literally on top of it. They're stacked. Oh, that's interesting.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't Wicked actually pit earlier too? Would this be his second pit stop? No, he didn't.
No, he was running.
Okay.
He was up to third and then up to second when OG pitted.
So he got a little change of plans. Last night he tried the short pitting, and he was further back last night than he was on Thursday. So he must have gone back to his original plan on Thursday about pitting halfway through.
Gotcha. So I'm guessing Jackson Strong's still in the lead then? He hasn't pitted
Jackson's
yet?
still leading. He has yet to pit yet. I'm a little surprised, all these top guys, and he did this again, like I said, he did it last night, and it didn't work for him. He didn't get the victory, so if it was me, I might have thought about changing it up a little bit, to each their own. He's definitely got a fast car. He's proven that the last 2 nights. However, nothing he's done has gotten him in victory circle so far. Also, to all the viewers, Dimebags did win the race last night. Jackson's pitting right now. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt myself there. Anyways, to all the viewers, Dimebags was the race winner last night and did guarantee himself a spot into Sunday's events. However, post-race, he informed us that he will be unable to participate in the All-Star race tomorrow night. So, the driver, Nuts, that finished second, will be the driver advancing into Sunday's race.
Got a couple cars off-roading it. Checkmate, and I'm not sure who the other was. Do you know who was in second?
I'm looking. Jackson is still the leader. Even through pit stops, Jackson come out still as the leader. I'm watching, again, I'm watching Guitar stream. He just lost the lead to, looks like the 19 of Infal. So, OG Info, the man that wants to scrap with me later, because he picked a hard name to pronounce, is your race leader. Even with, he spun getting on pit lane too, isn't that what you said?
Yep. Maybe it wasn't a full spin, but it sure, he was facing the wrong way when I was looking at him.
I'm seeing a good battle back here between Woodruff and Guitar for third place. They're both kind of a little loose, but that comes with neither one of them probably took any tires.
Sure.
Oops. I might have just given your strategy out, Guitar, after promising I wouldn't.
Oops.
We won't tell him I did that.
Right. We'll just say people must have picked it up on their own.
Absolutely.
It's so short.
And I'll just ask him not to watch this video tonight.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, info into the wall a little bit. Just a scrape.
I'm gonna check, see how many laps we got. They just crossed the line, but there's a little delay on the YouTube here. That was with 2 to go in the stage, so when info comes to the line, he will be taking the white flag.
Now is the 13 car in second now? Elvin Priest, has he made it up to second? He's catching the leader.
Now that part, I couldn't tell you.
He's
Guitar
catching
keeps
info
his
quick.
stream on the circle button, which is your fuel count and your tire wear and stuff.
Well, he just got around OG.
And that did not show as a new lead change on his screen, so no, he was not in second. He must have just got his lap back. 1 lap to go here in stage 1 of 4. Infal looking to prove a point that he is here to win tonight.
Comes out the 4 and takes the green white checker.
So Infal is your stage 1 winner. Which, as seen in the last 2 nights, means absolutely nothing, as our stage 1 winner is yet to win a race. So we had Jackson Strong finish P2, Woodruff, Guitar, Spank Racer, MP Roofer brings it home in 6th after starting towards the back in the field. Mountain Dew in 7th, D Smith 8th, Exotic Apex 9th, and T Clay comes back in 10th.
So
on that moment, we'll take a quick commercial break.
Yeah, the pitting early didn't really help out many of them.
No, you know, there's so many different strategies. It's really hard. Let's see. We got John Dornboss said, "Howdy, fellas." Matt Walstead's trying to hitch a ride, apparently. In the last few nights, I just want to point this out real quick for this restart. Since watching these YouTubes and these last couple shootouts, we have added a numerous amount of drivers to our league. Thank you all for the support. It means a lot. And now back to racing. It looks like Jackson and Woodruff using strategy to get to the front. Jackson is your leader again.
I wonder if he took 2 tires. Just stay up there.
Spank Racer. First time we've talked about him as he's up front looking for P3 as he goes underneath Woodruff right now. Guitar Magadon, that is, following him for P4. Looks like Woodruff's in a tough spot there on the outside. Info goes to the outside and picks him up as he's trying to get to the outside, or Spank Racer go blow him. Apologies.
Jackson Strong's loving it.
Jackson Strong is currently Stenhouse Strong. I hope he doesn't wreck like Stenhouse normally does.
That is such a good looking car. It looks just like the Darrell Walker car.
It does. It's a very nice looking, sharp car. As I stroll through the field a little bit, Checkmate looks like he's the last car of all these guys in this crew. Oh, there's Big Wreck. We have the 13 of Elvin, the 43 of D Smith. A few more cars involved. Looks like Checkmate, being the guy in the back, made it through clean. Bear with us, guys. We have a few people that we're still learning the names. Some are in custom cars, some are in regular cars. This is a difficult scenario. Looks like the one of T Clay has already hit pit lane.
Oh, that's doing it early.
It didn't look like it was accidental. It looked like he intentionally turned down and pit. His Wicked Gatekeeper goes around the 24 of Old Guy. He's a fast car. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's got tonight, as he's on the back of the 95 and the 71. MP Roofer and Woodruff fighting it out for, looks like, 5th place.
A lot of good battles going on.
T Clay, as we talked about earlier, coming off pit lane now, but it looks like he's coming out right in front of the leaders. Will he stay down? Yes, he does. Great job, T Clay.
Absolutely.
You know, some things like that, you know, that they seem so minuscule, but they mean so much to fellow drivers on the respect level, you know, your talent level, you know. Shooting out on the track and causing big issues, something that he could have easily done there to help himself, but it would look horrible on his own right, you know. Respect right there, T-Clay.
Absolutely.
What a battle for the lead we have. No, there is no damage.
No damage?
Again,
okay.
With this many cars, I didn't want some of these chances ruined over, you know, incidental contact type thing. There's just a lot of cars on the track. But the racing has been very good to this point.
It sure has.
As Spank Racer to the inside of Jackson. Info just following the two of them. Who will he go with? He looks like he's falling back as Jackson's holding steady on the outside.
Oh, little Doring there coming off. Oh, another.
Jackson stands firm. OG Info to the outside. Jackson drops to the inside to block Spank Racer. Info may have a run, but he gets into the wall just a hair. Looks like he's going to fall back and fall in line. No, he tries to cross over on Spank. Oh, he does fall back in line.
And here comes Spank again.
Spank Racer tries the epic dive bomb into 3 and 4. Will he hold the bottom? It looks like it. Jackson holding firm on that outside. That 17 car may be the best outside group car we've seen so far.
That was impressive. They went through there. They didn't even get close to touching. Oh, look at that. OG looking to make it 3 wide. Oh, they sorted it out.
This is all good and well, but again, this is just pre-pit stops. As we've seen the last 2 nights, and so far already tonight, that whenever they make these pit stops, it's completely changing the complexion of the outcome of the stages and race. These guys may be the fastest cars here pre-pit stop, but once they pit, all these different strategies is playing a huge factor in who will win. We have 13 viewers right now on our YouTube. Anything anybody wants to know, you want to see a view of a car maybe, one of your favorite drivers, just let us know so we can get them some airtime. It's a little difficult with all this amazing battling up front. This three-way battle is remarkable.
Yeah, OG in the, no, Jackson in the wall.
Spank Racer from the lead goes down pit lane. I guess I don't need to follow that car right now.
What I was finding amazing about that is they were battling that hard and still pulling away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, you know, the draft, we talked about it on Thursday, the draft glitch has been gone, and we got that fixed for tonight and last night, and it doesn't look like it's really helping these guys that are falling back. Now, something else crazy, since Spank Racer pulled off in pit, OG Infa has just taken off. Ever since that moment that they were battling 3 wide, now all of a sudden he's looks like about a second ahead of Jackson Strong. As here comes T-Clay and Guitar Megadon in 3rd and 4th, catching up to Jackson. I'm wondering if Jackson's he's saving fuel and or his tires are starting to fall off at this point.
That could be either one of those. I'm not sure how many laps they would need to save on fuel.
About 4 or 5.
Really? I don't think they could do it.
Dimebags was able to do it last night. The difference between Dimebags and most of these people is he has is Jackson Strong passing Infa right now. So whatever was wrong with him is apparently now wrong with Infa, and we have a lead change again. Anyway, so Dimebags has a clutch and shifter on his setup, so he was able to clutch it and save a lot more fuel than necessarily somebody that just has the typical gas and brake pedal or controller.
Gotcha.
Guitar Magnon has pit. He's coming out in front of the leader as the leader laps now, but I can say that he's stuck to the same strategy that he had in stage 1. Let's see if it works out maybe a little better for him this time.
He did stay on the apron coming all the way through 1 and 2. Jackson is just out of the cannon. He just out of nowhere gone. Holy smokes.
Yeah, Jackson's in his own area code right now. What I'm really intrigued in once we get to stage 3 and stage 4, as we've seen, Spank Racer has already shown up and shown that he's a competitor. Infa, we have some drivers that started in the back that it just takes these couple. Bad for You and Cards Fan, for example, they're 2 of our top Xfinity drivers, and they've been unable to work their way to the front. Maybe they'll be there here towards the end.
35 cars, if you're not right up front, it's going to take you a while to get there, for sure.
Well, and you can't just be on the gas pedal. That brake and being off the gas is just as important as it is pushing it hard. When these guys are making mistakes and getting into each other, you need to be able to avoid that and set yourself up without being involved with the carnage.
Go through the field a little bit. Back, check out Checkmate Taylor. Back battling the Spank's probably a lap down now. He's pitted.
We have, looks like 7 laps remaining, sorry, as Jackson's in front of Guitar. Yeah, Checkmate looks pretty good back here, racing with Woodruff and Spank. You got Infa, looks like he might be pitting this time by. Again, I don't know if that was on the screen or not, I'm not sure who you're watching. That's another huge factor. Same as holding onto the apron when you come off pit lane, signifying that you're going to pit is just as respectful. These guys now know to go high, so when you go to brake and peel off the track, they're not plowing through the rear end of you, wrecking both cars.
Yep.
See Monster Racing back here in the 23 custom car. Him and Wicked having a good battle.
They are.
Oh, big wreck on the front stretch. Old guy. Looks like a custom car went spinning. I'm not sure who that was.
I'm not going to catch up in time.
It was Cards Fan. So broadcaster's curse there is I just apparently got his car murdered. If that's my fault, I apologize, Cards Fan. There's still plenty of time for you to get back after it.
48. Looks like he may have lagged out.
Yeah, I just seen that. It's hard to tell, you know, because I don't want to stay on somebody in pit lane for 15, 16
Right.
seconds, but that could just be a normal pit
I
stop.
noticed he was in the pits like several laps ago. But
Well,
I didn't stay on
not good for him, as that will take his chances of making it to the All-Star race away.
Yes, it will. Well, the Priest is coming into the pits.
MP Rooper is in the pits. The 12 is in the pits. Looks like Woodruff is also pitted. The 12 is Fat Patch. We got a couple newcomers. You know, I'm checking this 21 car, Matt BW83. Can't tell where he's running. I can't tell if he's pitted. I know nothing about that, but I can tell you that he looks like he's holding a pretty solid line. He's not dropping all the way to the bottom in 3 and 4. He likes that high groove. Might be saving some tires. Looks pretty consistent there.
Honestly, I don't like running that high coming off of 4 because I find that it actually tries to shoot you to the infield when you're coming off.
Oh yeah.
But I don't like getting that close to pit road.
The Night of Mountain Dew has now gone down pit lane, but prior to this pit stop, he was your race leader. So wanted to give him a quick little shout out. Good job, Mountain Dew, getting yourself some laps led here in this shootout.
Wicked and Checkmate and Woodruff were 3 wide going through 1 and 2.
And it looks like OG Infa has taken over the race lead again, and we have seen that he's already pitted. So will he win stage 2? As again, I'm watching Guitar Magadon on YouTube here, and it looks like Infa is about a half track ahead of him. And so when Infa comes to the line, that will be for the white flag of stage 2.
OG, he looks like he's going slow. But he's going to make it.
Stroll through the field and find him. Keep in mind, this is a lot of cars on the track.
He's going real slow. He's getting past.
He has got to be saving fuel. Now, see, this is tricky. So when you go to pit, you may want to do a half tank of fuel. And the issue with that is it may say you got 9 laps left with 9 laps in the race. However, once you get out on the track, you might burn a lap quicker than you expected. But it does look like Info will probably hold on unless he's out of fuel now.
Yeah, he may be out of fuel now. He's going real slow.
Trying to see. It looks like Jackson's coming up to him now. That will be for your race lead. Jackson Strong will be stage 2 race winner. I do appreciate OG Info taking the scraped up 19 Martin Truex car because it looks like he's caught that outside wall a few times himself this race, so those scrapes are pretty realistic.
Getting some help getting
Jackson, Infa, Guitar Magadon, T-Clay, Spank Racer, Wicked Gatekeeper, Monster Racing, MP Rooper, Mountain Dew, and newcomer to the top 10, Fat Patch Turds. I know that is a weird name, but that is his handle, Fat Patch Turds.
And he's driving the 12 car.
OG Info, do I want to get slapped? Maybe, but not by you. Anyways, back to the racing. All you had to do there, Info, was just hold your line, not run out of fuel, and you would have been good to go.
If only it was always that easy. Mountain Dew's having some fun. Oh, Brian at SP up to second now.
Another early favorite to win. D Smith is in pit lane. Looks like he has lagged out as well.
And Brian slid up into Jackson Strong and sent Jackson back a lot. Oh, we got a car in the inside wall. Bad for you. Having some bad luck and hitting the pits already. Boy, it's a hornet's nest back in the middle around Mountain Dew. Oh, there are cars everywhere.
Mountain Dew posted on the YouTube that this is fun. I don't know if that's sarcastic or what. Oh, gee, Infa putting some more straights on that 19 car. Ryan SP getting underneath Ed, though. Here comes Woodruff.
And Jackson Strong to the pits.
A little early. So that puts the 21. I think that's that Matt VW 83 I was talking about earlier. I think that puts him at the front.
Yes,
and it sure does, right in front of Spank Racer. So good showing for his first time here in the Giggity Racing League.
And as you say that, Spank goes around with the lead. And I'm curious to see how Jackson works out here. He got shuffled back, so see if this works out for him when he gets it back to the front. So we got the 11, and third. Guitar.
Yeah, Guitar's sitting there in P3. You know, this Matt VW 83, he's impressed me quite a bit. He's sitting up here competing with these guys. He looks pretty clean at the end. When Spank Racer got below him, he kind of gave him the line, you know, let him get by. He's just following in the draft now. Looking really smooth.
Yeah, he's not letting Spank get away from him.
Ed, though, has moved up to P4, followed by Woodruff, T-Clay, Wicked. I can't tell who that is. Exotic Apex there, right behind Wicked Gatekeeper. Good showing for him. Cards Fan is behind him. And that's about as far as I can get with position right now. Brian SP is doing a great job underneath Checkmate right now. He's one of our Truck Series regulars. He sometimes he has a hard time, but tonight he looks like he's doing a great job. So shout out to you, Brian.
Apparently he has a wheel now.
Jackson is... Sorry, go ahead. Continue on
okay,
with Brian.
I'm watching... Oh, we just had a pile up on the front stretch. Looks like
big one. 95
upside down.
Rupers involved. Edzo. Oh, man. Hate to see that Wicked Gatekeeper involved.
Elvin looks
old guy.
Man.
That's just one of those things that happens with all this tight racing like this. You know, you get 24 cars up there. There's no cautions. You hate to see that happen, but it does happen. You know, I hope these guys can fight back. Track position is everything. Yet again, why this strategy is so important.
The 2 car was almost stopped against the wall.
Huh.
Trying to get on his in-car. Oh, there
I'm seeing the 2 car running right now in front of Fat Patch.
Yeah, he was like almost dead stopped in 4 last lap.
I am seeing this Matt VW looks like he's lost a few car lengths, but he's still right here with the leaders. Or with the leader.
Fat Patch moving around Sharpie. I think we may have lost... Did you say D. Smith? We might have lost D. Smith already.
Yeah, D. Smith lagged out. He also said so in the Giggity chat. That his only hope now is, again, for the All-Star fan vote. So, again, to you guys out there watching the YouTube, don't forget, if you got a favorite driver here in the Giggity Racing League, go ahead and just leave a comment in the chat section there. And we'll make sure to mark it down so your vote, every vote counts.
And Dimebag making a comment on the YouTube, wishing everybody good luck.
As we have a battle for the lead, Matt PW 83 gets under Spank Racer and takes P1 away. I don't know how I feel about him driving one of those Canuck Ford Mustangs, but he's having a great showing tonight here at the Giggity Racing Shootout for the All-Star. Looks like bad for you down there. He's just having a really rough race. I hate to see that. Again, bad for you and Cards Fan. They're kind of like a duo here, but they're both very good competitive drivers. Bad for you on those fresh tires. Looks like those leaders had a hard time getting around it, but he tried slowing up and allowing them to get by. But again, fresh tires will probably prevail by the end of this.
Yep, they usually do.
And seeing they have 12 laps to go, but again, these leaders still have yet to pit. Oh, Matt gets into the wall. He comes down. He might have been using that wall to get himself down into pit lanes.
Bumper to bumper on pit road. Now I'm clueless as to who might be in the lead. I'll go back here to Jackson Strong.
There is a custom car. Oh, Spank Racer in the 9 coming out of pit lane are doing donuts in the grass as they made some contact. Spank Racer now getting going. That is a game glitch that is yet to be fixed, but may have just taken Spank Racer out of contention for the win here.
Oh, man.
Let's see. There's a custom car close to behind Guitar Magadon. That is your race leader, so I'm trying to search and figure out who that is. When I say close, I'm not seeing anyone within a car length or two. But there's a little group of 3 cars there. Looks like Card Fan is one of them, Exotic, and Checkmate Taylor. So one of those 3 cars would be your leader right now.
In front of Guitar?
No, shortly behind him, which would be that Checkmate is now the leader of that little group. Looks like Card Fan and Checkmate, one of those 2 guys is the leader. One of them might be second, one of them might be a lap down. I have no clue.
Checkmate is the car in front, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if both of them pit, if neither of them pit, or what the deal is there. So they might be on different sequence, or they might be running P1 and P2.
Exotic Apex.
Yeah, he's fallen back just a little bit.
Well,
he's back there, but
right
he was
there
just behind. Yeah, Card Fan's right on Checkmate. Exotic Apex was there with the 2 of them making it a 3-car battle, but it looks like he peeled off and went to pit lane already. Oh, apologies. He's actually, there's another 2 cars behind these guys, and Exotic is right behind those 2. Again, guys, sorry to all the viewers. It's very hard to keep up with this. There's a lot of action happening all over the track.
Jackson Strong is inside of Exotic right now. Just got around him. T. Clay in the 1 is behind them. He seems to have been doing the early pit strategy. Goodness. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine.
So do we know now? Is it still the lead? Still those 2 cars?
That's still 2 lead cars, is those 2 right there.
All right.
We're getting down to, let's see, Guitar showing 8 laps to fuel. I'm guessing probably 6 laps to go, maybe. I'll find out here shortly. They're crossing the line. And Guitar, again, that little delay on YouTube, so I'll know shortly.
Yeah.
With 5 to go, so the leaders just took 4 to go.
All right. Is Checkmate pitted? He hasn't pitted, has he? Neither of them have.
Well, that's that's what's so difficult about this. I'm going to say they haven't. Guitar pitted. All he did was some fuel. Again, sorry for giving out your strategy yet again.
Cards Fan's on the pit road now.
Okay. So Checkmate. The Cards Fan was the leader because Checkmate stayed out, and it's showing that the leader is in pit lane right now. So Checkmate was on the verge of going a lap down, which says to me that he's probably sitting in 5th place right there behind Guitar.
Okay.
Now trying to figure out who the leader is going to be another blissful moment, as it is another custom car about a full straightaway length behind Guitar. Oh, as I see Bad For You wrecking, it looks like he hit the wall coming off the exit and then spun himself.
Oh, no.
Man, he's having a heck of a time here.
Full straightaway ahead of who?
Bad For You is no longer in the race. Guitar, the leader is on pit lane now, so let's see what custom car is on pit lane. It was Exotic Apex, so he was your leader. Shout out to him. I want to get you a moment for at least being the leader there for a few laps.
Yeah.
Guitar riding around in 3rd, about to come up on Exotic, so we will see who the new race leader would be. The 19 of Infa is again our race leader.
Okay.
However, Guitar is our second placement now that he is past Exotic, which he's looks like about 2 seconds behind Infa. So both Infa must also be doing the gas and go only routine here in order to be staying ahead of the gas and go king of Guitar.
He's hugging that white line, OG is.
Yeah, we've seen actually the last couple nights, Guitar has not been one of those people to get down on the line, but he does look like he's catching Info right now, possibly. So maybe that outside line's a little bit quicker once your tires get wore out, I'm not sure. But it does also look like Checkmate's catching the two of them.
Is that the end of the stage? I think it's the end of the stage, right there. Yep.
It was, and another key note, Infa had actually run out of fuel right there just before they crossed the line, and Checkmate was a lap down.
Okay.
So the reason I bring up the fuel mileage there for Infa, the next stage is also the longest stage, only 2 laps longer, but it is longer. So Infa, Guitar Magadon, Spank Racer, T-Clay, Cardsman in the top 5, Exotic 6th, Jackson, Fat Patch, Wicked Gatekeeper, and Brian SP24 rounds out the top 10 of stage 3.
Nice. And this is all going to be for all the money now.
Not seeing a whole lot of comments to be talking about you guys. But again, thank you to all our viewers. We have 13 people watching this live. Probably 12 because I'm watching it live right now and I'm a person. So we probably have 12. Make that 11. Awesome. Our broadcast is about a little less than a quarter of our viewers. Guitar on the outside of Matt BW. Infa, I don't know what's going on with his pit lane at the end of stages, but for some reason he never comes back out P1. And with no damage. Oh, Spank Racer gets into Guitar. Guitar goes backwards. Here comes T-Clay into P3.
And they're still getting together. The
same 2 cars, the 11 and the 31. Oh, there's some carnage going on the backstretch. I've seen a couple cars flipping, look like the 12. Man, I hate to see that. You know, this is the stage that you needed not to do that. Woodruff and Roofer get into each other. They're still into each other. They're going through the grass. Wicked Gatekeeper on the outside of the 11. He's proven to be fast in all 3 races this weekend. He has not had the finishing position, but usually because beginning of P4 he gets hit and taken out, and it looks like he's doing well this time. Jackson Strong's the inside of Wicked Gatekeeper right now, as here comes Monster Racing behind the 2 of them. OG Infa hoping that everyone will stay racing side by side with Matt BW83 on his rear end. T-Clay, Spank Racer, and Guitar battling for 3rd. We picked up another viewer there somehow. We're now at 14. Thank you to Mr. Number 14. Back in the pack, Monster Racing has gotten by Wicked Gatekeeper as they have Jackson Strong to the outside. Again, that 17 car seems to be holding well on the outside line. Cards fan catching the 3 of those drivers with, oh man, the old guy running smooth in that 24 car behind those guys.
Jackson Strong off the pace. And looked like he clipped the apron and was just getting out of the way and going to pit now.
Yeah. Could it be his final pit stop of the race? The one of T-Clay has pulled off and gone down pit lane as well.
But he doesn't pit. He stays out. What the heck?
Jackson did?
Yeah, he didn't pit. He stayed on the track.
Well, I feel like that's a mistake, and he probably should have pit. Now, hopefully that his fan vote will get him into the race tomorrow afternoon.
Yes.
Matt BW83 again impressing me right on the tail of one of our Cup Series regulars of OG Infa. These 2 are taking away with Spank Racer, Monster Racing, and Wicked Gatekeeper 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Need to get into a line and catch up to these 2. T-Clay comes out of the pits. Again, one of your top competitors, and he holds it down on the apron, letting these guys pass. Another
Every
driver
stage he's
impressing me.
pretty early.
Yeah, every one of them, and he's been in the top 5 or 6. However, he has not finished in that P1 position, so what he's done so far to this point has not worked for him. Maybe he needed to change it. Monster Racing peels off as he goes down pit lane. Cards fan coming up, catching up into the back end of Wicked Gatekeeper. Looks like that is for the 4th position. And keep in mind, Cards fan started one of the last 2 positions on the field tonight. That makes for a rough night, and probably the guy that's passed more cars than anyone else out there as he gets into the wall. Guitar Magnon is peeled off as he's now into pit lane. Looks like Wicked Gatekeeper is going to follow suit.
Let an old guy make a little contact.
Edtho holds on to it. Old guy actually saved that as well. Edtho on the tail end of Woodruff Sport, trying to take that position away.
Looking really racy.
4th stage, everything is on the line. This is the 4th stage, correct?
Yes, it is.
Everything is on the line. Keep in mind, only 1 driver advances to the All-Star race tomorrow, and we had 24 drivers start this race. The 19 of Info seems to be gapping the Matt BW, but keep in mind, both these drivers still needing to make a pit stop. Spank Racer pulling away from Monster Racing, and T-Clay, who was a lap behind, as he tries to get his way back up to the front.
Wicked's out of the pits, kept it down on the apron, did a good job.
Info, our race leader, goes to pit lane. Scheduled green flag pit stops coming up right now as we see some of our top competitors going down the pits.
And Spank Racer seems to be reeling Matt in.
You know, RKM, if you're these two, Spank Racer and Matt BW, what are you doing? Are you following suit, or are you going to try to stay out as long as you possibly can and maybe a splash and go at the end?
I'm thinking if I'm in front, I'm going to try and stay there until I start noticing the tires are catching me quick. Then I'll peel it off, I think. But
also, guys, I do live in Norman, Oklahoma. I'm catching up on some football scores as this is going on. Boomer Sooner with a touchdown. Sorry, I had to throw that in.
It's all right.
If you're a TCU fan, you might want to tune out now. I apologize.
See, now, I don't know that Matt would know this, but Wicked is just about a half straight. Oh, he made it in. He was trying to pit. They both
tried pitting. Spank Racer gets into the tail end of Matt BW, helps Matt pit, but makes it so that Spank Racer is unable to pit. And what you were saying about Wicked is now past those guys, and the race leader is Cards Fan.
See, so now that was going to say that, you know, you could judge when you should pit off of him when he starts getting close, you know, get down there before he gets a chance to get around to you, but they pitted anyway.
Spank Racer goes one more lap and then he pits.
That'd probably take him out of contention.
I mean, I would hate to say that, but he was running P3 or P4 prior to these green flag stops, so he's hoping at this point that the top 4 or 5 all have issues to get him back in contention. At this point, he basically has no options other than a fuel and go. If he takes any tires, he's probably going to spend too much time on pit lane, and it looks like, following with him, that he took probably 2 tires.
Well, I think you'd have enough time to take 2. You know,
well,
the fuel.
The 2 tires to a splash and go. Splash and go is about 3 seconds. 2 tires is about 8, so it's a 5-second differential. Yeah.
Yeah, splash and go. But this
racing for 24 plus drivers being on the track, this is actually very impressive. A lot of these guys, again, we have a few drivers out there that we have never seen before at all in Giggity Racing, but they joined in Land of Opportunity. We decided to let them run. I feel like I'm very impressed with a lot of these guys out here. You got cup drivers, you have Xfinity, you have truck drivers, you have developmental, you have people that we've never heard of, all racing together, 24 drivers for one spot, and overall it's been pretty clean.
Absolutely, because they're not even used to racing against each other, because like you said, they're all different series. You know, they're not usually in the same race together. So,
Cards fan peels off and goes to pit lane now, not to interrupt you, with 9 laps to go. When they come to the line, it'll be 8. The racing getting intense as we're closing down here to the end. The 22 of Edtho is our race leader.
Oh, nice. Just hoping for a nice clean track around him. Just turn some good laps and hold it, I bet.
I'm not so sure that Edtho has pitted. And it looks like he's got a quarter of a track lead over Guitar, who's the top 3 competitor. So at this point, again, 8 to go. Maybe 7 now as Edtho just crossed the line. I'm wondering if he's not in fuel conservation mode. If everyone's else pitted and you're only 2 or 3 laps short, maybe you could try to save the fuel. We've seen it happen last night with dime bags. I'm not so sure if Edtho's on a wheel or
he's on the controller.
If he's the only person with an extra tank in the car, or if he'll be coming down pit lane here shortly.
He seems to be keeping a pretty steady gap. Woodruff's in the pits.
So I believe that was 6 to go. I will find out for sure once I see Guitar's YouTube stream. Again, a little bit farther behind. Once he crosses the line, I'll be able to have an idea. He crossed the line with 7. He's 1 lap down, so Edtho does have 6 laps remaining.
Okay, and Spank Racer, is he in second now?
I couldn't tell you.
He's one behind Edtho.
I'm thinking that Edtho is yet to pit.
Okay.
Probably running low on fuel. I think you can get to 3 or 4 to go on the initial tank without saving any. So he may just be trying to wait until the last possible moment, pit, splash and go, and get back out. I'm thinking Spank Racer is still a lap behind.
Okay. And Wicked is in front of them, so we know Wicked is pitted for sure.
Yeah, and Wicked's right at the tail end of the lead lap right
here
now,
goes
and I haven't
Ed
seen
into the
any
pit
big
now.
issues. Absolutely. So Edtho pulls over. That will probably relinquish the lead, but we will find out shortly.
Now we're going to have the strategy to find out who it worked for.
Exotic Apex also has pulled over. There is currently 5 laps remaining in this shootout. Edtho currently still has the lead, but again, he's on pit lane, so somebody will be taking that position shortly. Or will they?
Oh, the 9 gets spun trying to enter pit road.
The leader is a custom car just going into probably getting ready to come off the back onto the backstretch. And it's so hard to tell. They're probably entering 3 and 4 now.
Woodruff is just coming on the up 1 and 2.
The custom car should be crossing the start and finish line, headed into 1. Man, it's so hard to tell.
Monster Racing is in 1 and 2 right now, coming off of 2.
Yeah, I'm looking at possibly halfway down the backstretch now via the delay. And I'm trying to have a hard time. Is Monster Racing right about there?
Monster Racing, yeah, that's Monster Racing.
Right there in front of T-Clay, who we know T-Clay was the very first car to pit in the green flag stops this time. And if you remember correctly, it was Monster Racing who pit with him. So that could be your P1 and P2 battling it out with 4 laps remaining.
It's getting good.
I am not so sure what happened to Guitar Magadon, but I know that earlier in the race he was running in the top 3, top 4 in this stage. He pit, and now he's running in P14. So again, this is very difficult for me to be able to tell. He just crossed the line with 2 laps remaining, so they're on the getting ready to come to the white flag. If Monster and T-Clay are your race leaders, and I'm believing they are, white flag, 1 lap to go. Could it be one of these 2 drivers getting that final transfer
getting into
spot?
it too. They're racing each
I'm
other
definitely
hard.
thinking this is for the race win.
I think you are right.
Monster protecting the bottom. Can T-Clay get a run on the outside as they enter 3 and 4?
Oh,
T-Clay tries crossing over, gets down to the bottom. Can Monster hold him off?
Oh,
contact is made. T-Clay drives him up. T-Clay is spinning, and Monster Racing looks like he's going to come by with the win in the final shootout, as Info looks like he's going to finish P2. Monster Racing with the win. Congratulations.
Wow, what a finish.
And I'm going to say with how hard T-Clay drove that in, that was definitely for the race win. I will find out to verify that here shortly.
Oh, I'm sure there's no doubt. He had to give it. What
No
a
holds
race.
barred, nothing but the winner advances. Monster Racing, OG Infa, and Wicked Gatekeeper are your top 3. T-Clay finishes 4th, Spank Racer 5th, Matt BW 6th, Card Fan 7th, Roofer 8th, Edtho 9th, Old Guy rounds out your top 10. Congratulations to Monster Racing, OG Infa, and Wicked Gatekeeper, and we will try to get the 3 of you in the booth.
Alright.
All that remains for these drivers is hoping that the fans will vote them in, except for our one lucky driver, Monster Racing, who has locked his way in.
So now, Monster's in the truck series, correct?
Yes, sir.
So a truck driver has won all 3 of these.
Well, we had we had 2 developments and a truck driver.
Yeah, okay. Wow. It just goes to show you the talent we have. Really.
Absolutely. League-wide, not just per series. League-wide, there's plenty of talent here in the Giggity Racing League. And these guys just put on a heck of a show. Bear with us, some of these guys might not be in the greatest of moods as they came up just short.
Yep.
We have our 2nd place finisher just joined us in the booth, OG Infa. Can you go to your party settings and set it to always allow?
I think it already is, but I'll check just to be sure.
Would be appreciated. First off, I want to start with OG. Do you still think you can slap me?
Yes, I can. 100%.
What I was trying to do is OG Infa. I don't know, viewers, just so that you guys are aware, OG Infa is one of my Cup Series drivers. He's driving that 19 Underdog Toyota. I was trying to make you mad, man, and get you to go a little faster. Apparently, I was unsuccessful as you only finished P2, but with 3 stage wins. So for that, congratulations. Tell me a little bit about your racing and how your night went.
It was fun. I really liked the racing that was happening. I think it was stage 1 and stage 3, I believe. But I was up there pretty good. I had really a lot of fun racing with everybody, so that's all I can really say, you know.
Yeah, you did a great job. It looks like you were winning these stages with strategy, probably fuel. Run us by, did you take tires during the stages? Were you just kind of fuel? It looks like stage 2, I forgot, you did run out of fuel, it looks like, and Jackson, I believe, got you at the line. Was that your strategy going in for each stage? Now you're not talking to me now? Is this the slap in the face? Thanks a lot, Info.
Oh, you talking to me? I thought you were talking to him now.
I mean, you are the one being interviewed. We'll get to Monster Racing here later. I wanted to finish your interview first. Maybe you're used to something a little different.
Also, all right. What was the question?
I forgot now. Oh yeah, strategy. Was it a fuel strategy? Is that what you did every stage? Did you take tires at all? Looks like you run out of fuel one stage. I'm thinking you probably just did a half can. Is that what you did?
Stage 1, I pitted with half a can, and I think I finished in first. I think in stage 2, I tried to save as much as I could to see how the other guy got in from last night, and it was pretty rough. Then stage 3, I was getting wrecked like a pinball, so I just let everybody pass me, and I tried saving gas, which somehow actually did work that time, and I won that stage. Then stage 4, I realized at stage 1, once I took half the can, that my right front tire was at 4% on the last lap. So on top of that, I knew there was going to be one extra lap, so I figured, if someone took half a can on the last stage, then their tire's going to go up. So I took 2 tires just to be safe, and it looks like that cost me a win for stage 4 when I needed it the most.
Yeah, a little disappointed in you there. The one stage I need you to win, you can't quite finish it.
Hey, listen, who's up here broadcasting is not in the race? All right.
The reason I'm not in the race is I've already clinched my way into the All-Star race and didn't need to participate in this one.
I joined like the normal way, so.
Yeah, and just like the normal Sundays, you get those stage wins but can't get the victory. congratulations on your race tonight info. We'll slap each other in the face or something later when we get to the shop and work on your car that you damaged a little bit for us tonight. Other than that, man, we're looking forward to seeing you on the track next Wednesday and Sunday. Also, there is the fan vote. You have until about noon tomorrow. Get your friends, family, your dog, I don't care. Get them all on the Giggity Racing League Facebook page and vote for you, and you still get a chance to make your way in.
Alright. I'll see what I can do.
All right, congratulations again, info from all of us here at Giggity. Do you have anything for him, Markham?
Nope, you did a great job covering it. He ran well tonight. I was impressed. He ran a good race tonight.
And came up short again. But again, congratulations. All right, race winner, Monster Racing. Congratulations. First off, you've made your first All-Star with your first season with Giggity Racing League. How's it feel?
Nope. Make sure your settings are to always allow.
Oh, yeah. Before you answer that, are you on always allow? Okay, you should probably put it there. Go to your party settings in the chat party. You will see where it says allow your voice to be shared. Click that and put it on always allow.
Otherwise, nobody will hear you.
Yeah, otherwise people are just going to hear us and laughing at your answers without ever hearing you.
Got you.
All right, man. So, race winner, first season with the Giggity Racing League. You've locked yourself into the All-Star race. How does it feel?
Feels good. Worked hard. My arms were shaking there at the end.
I bet. Tell me
My
about
kids
that
kept
last
walking in front of the screen.
What did you think when you saw him diving it in there on you?
I thought he was going to get me. Because he had it. He should have been able to. I thought he was going to get inside of me and push me to the wall and just slide inside, but somehow I stayed in front of him. So it was nice. He sent me a message saying congrats, and I told him, appreciate it, bro. Glad you didn't get to me.
It wasn't from a lack of effort. He
that was
tried to
effing
send
awesome.
it in there.
What was that, Arkham?
I said he tried to get in there on you. He sent it.
No, Clay's cool.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Give us a take. You know, we didn't talk about you a whole lot. Looked like you were a top 10 car throughout the first 3 stages, and you just did what you needed to do there. Stage 4, fuel strategy. Give us a rundown of what happened there and what put you in predicament to get this victory.
Y'all saw what happened at the beginning of stage 3. I forgot to pit in stage 2.
Oh, that was you
I
that
pulled
pulled
off
off?
the
I
track.
didn't. I
I
saw
was
somebody
the
pull
leader.
off. I didn't catch a number though.
Yeah, I was the leader, and I pulled off and let the pack go by because I forgot to pit. And then I still had 4 laps of fuel, so I just did my 4 laps. And then went in and got my gas. Came back all the way up to 11th, stage 3.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. You were in a custom car, so sometimes it's really hard to be able to tell who's who in those cars. You know, we got to kind of go with the regular cars are our best bet. But man, we're all real proud of you. We just mentioned that out of these 3 races, we had Cup drivers, we had Xfinity, we had Truck, and we had Development. No Xfinity and no Cup driver 1. We had 2 developmental drivers, and now you in the Truck Series. How's it feel to be out there kicking their butt?
I know a lot of these guys, and I would usually kick their butts. No. Yeah, there's a lot of good guys in here, and it's fun racing with all of them. I know I need to win. I should have won a long time ago. Yeah, I should have been here a long time ago. It's all good now.
It made for some excitement for you to be going through this All-Star shootout. And again, for everyone here at Giggity Racing League, we want to say congratulations, and we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night as you will start second to last out of 35 drivers. How do you feel about your chances of winning?
I don't feel good.
Well, it's
But
a
I
50%
just look forward
race.
to having fun.
At least you were honest there. Yeah, 50% race, man. You're going to have twice as many laps as you have in these 3 races these last couple nights. So we're looking forward to seeing how you can do. On that note, Arkham, you got anything for him?
Nope, just congratulations, man. Look forward to racing with you tomorrow night.
Appreciate y'all.
All right. So to all our viewers, again, we have our All-Star fan vote going. This is for drivers or fans, all of you alike. Please get on to, again, mention on our YouTube, Twitter handle at GiggityL. We have the Facebook page. Just search us. It's a private group. We can get you added. Make your votes there on who you want to see race and start dead last out of a 35-car field tomorrow night. Unless you got anything more, Arcam,
Nope.
from everyone here at Giggity Racing League, thanks for viewing, and we'll see you tomorrow night in our All-Star Shootout. Plus, I believe D. Smith will be hosting the first ever podcast tomorrow at noon Eastern. Tune in, check that out. Our admin, maybe a few drivers, maybe a few drop-by interviews will happen. Just check it out. Other than that, good night, y'all.
Yep. Good night.